Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is SkiStam, and in today's video I will be responding to a video GradeAUnderA made about a month ago called My Video Game Complaints. Now before I continue, this is not going to be a video against GradeAUnderA or some kind of hate. I'll be giving some criticism about what he said in that video, and I will also talk about what I think about graphics in video games. So nothing against Grade, I actually really enjoy his videos and I agree with the majority of the stuff he says in them. So yes, please enjoy. So the video Grade made is a first in a series of videos that he was going to make about video game complaints.
Here's my part 1 video of things I don't like about video games.
So in this first one that he made, it seems to mainly be about loading screens and the relation it has to graphics. And the loading screens is basically his first complaint that he's talking about. And this is obviously a very valid thing to complain about. Now before he gets into the main part of the video, he says, things that I don't like about video games and that everyone else on earth wants to see changed ASAP.
Things I don't like about video games that I and everyone else on earth wants to see change ASAP.
I'll come back to this later. Now let's see what he says.
Fucking loading screens, man! Listen, I hate loading screens, right? And so do you. Now fucking load the game already, man! From me clicking on this thing here on my PS3 menu to finally being online and actually playing online mode, it takes my PS3 4.5 minutes to load every time I want to play. And it's so boring doing it too. Like, all they give you during those 4.5 minutes to keep you occupied is this shitty little slideshow of cartoons. At least have the decency to play a random radio station for some music, or give me a little mini game or something.
So the first point he makes is how long and ridiculous loading screens can be, and he also gives some ideas of what you could do to make loading screens less annoying. For example, to add in a little mini game to the loading screens.
People seem to have really strong boners for video game graphics. They seem to care more about the graphics and less about how fun it is. I pay good money for video games because I want to have fun, right? Not because I want to see something visually stunning.
And now he talks about how graphics doesn't equal fun, and that as long as the game is enjoyable to play, the graphics shouldn't matter. And from what I understand, he means that you should focus more on gameplay rather than having the absolute best graphics possible in a game. And I can completely agree with this. So far his points are completely valid. I would totally have more content and better gameplay rather than having less of that and more better graphics.
You see? I told you, man. Graphics don't mean shit. All graphics do is give you longer loading times.
But now he says that graphics give you nothing, that it only gives you longer loading time, and it basically makes games worse. Now this is where I completely disagree, and where a lot of other people also will. So remember what he said in the beginning, things that I don't like about video games and that everyone else wants to see changed. Now this statement is completely false. When you say that graphics is all negative, that is your own opinion. Personally, graphics is something that I absolutely love about video games, because along with the sounds and the music in a game, the graphics will set the mood and how a game feels. So I think that they're very important. Now some might argue that yes, graphics are amazing to look at the first few days you play a game, but it's something that you forget about after playing for a while. And this might be true for some people, but it's definitely not like that for me. I can play a game for more than 100 hours and still find myself looking at the graphics all the time. A good example of this is Need for Speed. I can still go on that game and still enjoy the graphics just as much as I did a couple months ago. And whenever I see something that looks great, I find myself always wanting to take a screenshot of it. And by the way, I really like taking screenshots, and when the graphics look great, then that just makes it so much more fun to take screenshots. This game has really long loading screens as well. Don't think it's quite 4 minutes, but it's definitely up there. And I would definitely not trade a shorter loading screen for some worse graphics. Another good example is Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005, which this game is 11 years old now, and even though it got a remastered version in 2006 on Xbox 360 that even looked better, I still think that the original PC version looks awesome, and the graphics is actually one of my favorite parts about that game. And to me, those graphics are timeless, even if they look dated. And if I love the graphics of a game now, I'm most likely going to still enjoy them 10 years later. So everybody will have a different opinion about graphics. Some might not care about them, some will. So now let's go back to Grade. When he expresses his opinion on this topic, he speaks about it as if he is the voice of everyone, and as if he has the right answer. But again, everybody has a different opinion about this. Personally, if a game is great to play and it has amazing graphics, then long loading screens is a price I'm willing to pay. Now, something I'd like to note is that this isn't the case with all games that have great graphics. Now, it's usually pretty common with always online games, which Need for Speed 2015 is an always online game, and you were having GTA Online as an example. Now, a good example of a new game that has some of the best graphics that you can find, which is Batman Arkham Knight. And that game only has about 25 to 30 second load screens, and it takes about 45 seconds from the desktop to being actually in the world. But overall, I think Grade did have a few good points in his video. It's just when you're going to complain about something that you know people are going to have different opinions about, then you need to make sure that you make it clear that it is your own opinion. Now, something I'd like to add is that Grade is playing on a PlayStation 3, which is pretty old hardware at this point. So I think he should try out and upgrading to either to a next-gen console or a PC, because I'm sure the loading times aren't as long as on the previous gen consoles. But yes, that was what I had to say in this video. Again, no hard feelings towards GradeAUnderA. Really enjoy his videos, especially that video about why diamonds are a scam. That was a really good one. Link in the description. Now, I am pretty interested in this topic, so if you want, then you can leave a comment in the comment section down below and say what you think about this topic. But yes, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, then you can leave a like to show that you liked it, and you can subscribe to see more of my videos. And yes, thanks for watching. My name is SkiStam, and I'll see you in my next video.